Good evening. Now I would like to talk about how to find the X and Y intercepts of a straight line. Actually, we have two methods in order to determine the X and Y intercepts. The first one is from the graph of a line. So if we have this graph for the equation, which is 2x plus y equal to 6, so now simply we can determine the X and Y intercepts. So the X-intercepts is the intersection between the straight line and the x-axis. So this is the point, and the coordinates of this point is 3 and 0. And the Y-intercepts, which is the intersection between the straight line and the y-axis, and this is the coordinates of this point. It is 0 and 6. Another example, if we have this graph for the equation, which is 3x minus 4y equal to 12, simply this is the x-intercepts with coordinates of 4 and 0, and this is the y-intercept with coordinates of 0 and minus 3. The other method, we can directly determine the x and the y-intercepts directly from the equation of a line. So in order to find the x-intercept of the line, simply we let the value of y to be 0 and we solve for x. The same way for the y-intercepts of the line, we let the value of x to be 0 and we solve for y. Simply we can understand this by showing this diagram. As you see here, the x-intercept, this is the x-intercept point. If you see the y coordinate for this point is 0. So simply in order to find the x value, we let the value of y to be 0. And for the y-intercepts, if you see that the coordinates is simply 0 and 6, so in order to find the value of y for this point, simply we let the value of x to be 0. The other equation, which is 3x minus 4y equal to 12, if you see the coordinates of the x-intercepts, you see that the coordinate y for this point is 0. So simply we let the value of y to be 0 and we solve for x. And for the y-intercept, the coordinates is 0 and minus 3, so the value of x is equal to 0. So if we let the value of x to be 0, we solve for y, and it should be minus 3. Let's now deal with the two equations. The first equation, we have 2x plus y equal to 6. And what is needed is to find the x and the y-intercepts of this equation. So this is the equation. So in order to find the x-intercept, simply we let the value of y to be 0. And if we substitute for y equal to 0 in the equation becomes 2x plus y equal to 6. So 2x plus 0 equal to 6. And now we can solve for x. So 2x is equal to 6. So simply we can divide both sides of the equation by 2. So the value of x is equal to 3. So simply we can conclude that the x-intercept is 3 and 0. So this is the coordinates of the x-intercepts. The x is 3 and the value of y is equal to 0. We can simply check for this result by returning back to the graph for this equation. So this point is the x-intercept. It is same as we get. It is 3 and 0. Now we can, by the same way, find the y-intercepts. So this is the equation. So in order to find the y-intercepts, we simply let the value of x to be 0 and solve for y. So the equation becomes 2x plus y equal to 6, 2 times 0 plus y equals 6. So if you solve for y, the remaining of the equation is y equal to 6. So the coordinates of the y-intercept is simply 0 and 6. We can make sure that this result is correct by returning back to the diagram. So this is the equation 2x plus y equal to 6. As you see here, this is the y-intercept point, and this is the coordinates of this point. It is 0 and 6. It is same as we get. The other equation, find the x and y intercepts of the equation 3x minus 4y equal to 12. So the same way, this is the equation, and in order to find the x-intercept, we let the value of y to be 0 and solve for x. So the equation becomes 3x minus 4y equal to 12. So 3x minus 4 times 0 is equal to 12. So if you solve for x, 3x equal to 12. Simply we can divide both sides of the equation by 3. So we get the value for x is equal to 4. So the coordinates of the x-intercept point is simply 4 and 0. We can ensure for this result. This is the straight line equation, and the drawing of this equation 3x minus 4y equal to 12. As you see, this is the x-intercept, and the coordinates of this point is 4 and 0, same as we have got. The same way we can find the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, we let the value of x to be 0 and solve for y. So the equation becomes 3x, 3 times 0, minus 4y equal to 12. So we can simplify. So the remaining is minus 4y equal to 12. So simply now we can divide by minus 4 for both sides. So the solution will be y is equal to minus 3. So the coordinate of the y-intercept is simply 0 and minus 3. We can ensure for this result by comparing with the diagram. As you see here, this is the point for the y-intercept, and the coordinates of this point is 0 and minus 3, same as we have got. That's all about how to find the x and y intercepts of the equation. Thanks a lot and goodbye.